Hello everyone, it's your boy Lukael and welcome back to Coffee Talk. This is episode 2, so in the first episode we were introduced to the coffee shop which is itself called Coffee Talk, which is in like this fantasy version of Seattle where we have like elves, succubi, orcs, all these fantasy races. And then we got to meet Freya, we got to meet Gala, Hyde, Aqua, Myrtle, Juji, Bailey's, I think was the boyfriend's name. And then his girlfriend was, I forgot the girlfriend's name. Anyways, we were introduced to all these characters and we get to listen in on their little conversations and talk to them. Unfortunately, we don't get to choose what we say to them, but still, it's still pretty interesting to listen to. So we are now firmly past Christmas. In fact, I'm not sure I should still be wearing this hat, but like, I love this hat, so even though I know Christmas is over, I'm still gonna be wearing the hat just for one more episode. So grab yourself a little cup of coffee. I won't, because I don't drink coffee. Grab your beverage of choice, and without any further ado, let's dive right into Coffee Talk. Is that all the progress I've made? I wanted this to be a two-parter, and it looks like we're like, what, a fifth of the way through? I don't need to pick things up a bit. I wanted this to be 2 videos. Alright, so this is day 5, day 6. Lua was the name. Freya, Georgie, Gala, Lua, Bailey's, Hyde, Myrtle. Rachel was the cat girl, and then Aqua. Alright, let's see what Freya is up to. Oh geez, I almost forgot to minimize my camera. Jesus. Alright. Oh man. Here comes Aqua, you can tell from the sound. Oh Aqua, fancy seeing you again so soon. Hi Freya. Hi Lukael. Good evening, Miss Aqua. How are you two doing? Same old. I'm good, how about you? I'm fine, thank you. And you? Oops. I asked that already. I'm sorry. Don't worry about it. Is Myrtle here? So far, it's only me and Lukael. We have you with us now, of course. Are you meeting her here tonight? Oh, it's not that. I was just wondering whether she's coming here again tonight. You have her email, right? Yeah. Why don't you just tell her to come and meet you here now? That always works for me whenever I want to talk to someone. That wouldn't be nice. It's not that important anyway. I just wanted to follow up on the questions our team sent today. Follow up directly, I mean. Anyway, I should order something. Take your time, Miss Aqua. It's alright, I'll order now. I'll have a cup of tea with lemon and cinnamon, please. Alright, sure thing. Now we have mint. Alright, lemon and cinnamon. Lemon and cinnamon, that sounds pretty good. Wait, what is it? A Russian tea? Huh. Here you go. Oh, it looks so pretty. If I'm not mistaken, it's called Russian tea, right? Oh, you knew? I heard about it once. I'm pretty sure the only part that's Russian is the name. Get my own drink. It was originally from a community cookbook or something. You're right? Whoa, that's a highly specific fun fact to know. I guess I spent too much time browsing the internet. When did you arrive, Freya? I've been here since you left last night. Finish drinking first, Aqua. I'm sorry. I said you haven't left? I was just joking. Oh. That would be crazy. Why? Oh no. I didn't mean to offend you or anything. It's just that you shouldn't forget to take breaks. You too, Lukael. Please make sure you get enough rest. Of course I will, Miss Aqua. Thank you for the reminder. By the way, Aqua. Yes? Where do you come from? Because, judging from your accent, you're not from the States, right? I'm not. I'm from the ocean. Doy. Whoa, so you're a full-fledged oceanic? Born and raised in the sea. Why did you move here? Chasing the American dream, I guess. You moved with your family? No, I'm the only one who could move here. Oh. May I know why? Freya is so nosy. Like, she's just asking all these strangers for so much private information. It's not easy for our people, especially the females, to get higher education. I got scholarships and the opportunity. I wasn't sure about moving, you know? But my parents pushed me to do it. How long have you been here? Almost 2 years now. Do your parents visit often? They can't. Do you know how hard it is for my people to get a US visa? I'm sorry to hear that. It's okay, we're still in contact. We do a video call at least once a week. So they would need like electronics that work underwater? Do you have siblings? Of course. We are sea people. My extended family is probably as big as Seattle's population. Whoa! That's a lot. You really have that many relatives? So I guess they're all fish? Of course not. I was just exaggerating. Oh, okay. But if you count my grandpa's kids and grandkids, there are hundreds of us. Holy! How about you, Freya? Do you have any siblings? I have. Not as many as you, I assume. I have a little brother. 4 years younger. He also lives in Seattle? No, he's living in San Francisco, near our parents' house. He's the good kid and I'm the rebel, working some high-end tech job while taking care of my dad on the weekends. That's so nice of him. I know, right? That reminds me. I should visit my parents after finishing this draft. You should. Visit them while you can. I know. Anyway, I want to order something. Another espresso? You know, the usual. Here's all the coffee you want. Ding! Your espresso's ready. Thanks. Bitter! Just the way I love it. Who's this gonna be? Oh, new one. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
How can I help you, sir?
Yes. I don't know what to order.
Something to raise your spirits, perhaps? Nothing you like on the menu? I can make you a custom drink if you like.
Actually, are you familiar with STMG?
I'm sorry, I've never heard of it. If you can tell me the ingredients, I'm sure I can recreate it.
Ah, lucky me. STMG stands for Susu Telur Madu Jahe.
It's Indonesian. I probably did not pronounce that right. It means milk, egg, honey, and ginger. Okay, well, I don't have eggs, but... Wait, do you have the eggs? I certainly have. They're not on the shelf. But I'll add egg once I've mixed the rest of the ingredients.
I'd love that. 1 cup of STMG, please.
Okay. So what was in there? Milk, honey, and ginger. Milk, honey, and ginger. And then we have to put an egg in there? That sounds like a very weird mix, but alright. Here's your STMG. Wait, did I add the egg? Because it didn't show me doing that.
Let's see. You almost got it right.
I'm sorry. Care to point out the mistakes?
I guess it's the honey. You should have put the ginger in after the milk.
Noted. Wait. I did put the ginger after the milk. I guess I put the honey first. I mean, that's the order in which he mentioned the ingredients, so...
Don't worry about it though. I've traveled to so many places in the States, and none of them got the STMG right.
Well, then maybe you should have specified while you ordered. I would have gotten it right. Let me guess, Freya, you're gonna ask the man some personal questions? Oh, maybe it's gonna be the opposite.
Excuse me, may I ask you girls something?
Sure, ask away.
What kind of things do you kids like doing nowadays?
Excuse me?
Aren't you college students?
No, we're not. Jesus, just teleported next to him.
I see.
Ah!
May I ask how old you are?
You're being creepy, old man. Go back to your chair and keep your distance.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be creepy.
Hey, Lukael. Who is this pervy old man?
I
have no idea, it's his first time here.
I want to be able to understand young people.
He's not being a perv, he's just, you know. Okay, I think this guy is legit just very small, because like, everyone looks huge next to him. Thank God you're here, Officer Georgie.
What's up?
There's a creepy old man trying to flirt with us. He was just asking your age.
Where? You mean him?
Yes, but not so loud. I mean, you're being pretty loud yourself.
This man here is Rachel's dad, Freya. He asked me to meet me. So I told him to come here.
Oh. I didn't know that Rachel's dad was a pervy old man. No wonder she ran away from home.
Everyone please meet Mr. Furlong, Rachel's dad. Mr. Furlong, please meet Freya and Lukael.
I don't know why I struggle to say my own name in English, but it always comes out weird.
Please call me Henry. I apologize for earlier. I wasn't trying anything funny. I'm sorry about that.
Wait a minute. Your name is Henry Furlong?
Yes.
And you're Rachel Florentia's father?
Yes.
Furlong? Florentia? Why do you have different last names? Freya, that's really none of your freaking business, I have to say. Like, you're really being nosy here. What are you trying to pull? Florentia was my late wife's maiden name. Obviously. That's why you shouldn't ask that kind of stuff. Like, Rachel even mentioned that her mother had passed away, so like that should have been obvious, but... Oh. I'm sorry.
Rachel chose it for her stage name. Freya.
Okay, I think I better work on my novel. I'm sure you guys have a lot to talk about. Freya, I'll come with you.
Anyway, what was it that you wanted to talk to me about? It's about Rachel. That night when you drove her home, was she hanging out with shady people? Well, I think one of them was a bit shady.
Hey, I heard that.
What?
I'm not a criminal.
I'm just kidding. She was in this coffee shop talking with Freya and Lukael here.
I'm not sure if I'm doing Georgie's voice the same as I did in the previous episode, but I'm trying.
She wasn't in any danger. Are you sure? What about before that? Whoa, calm down. Is everything alright? It's just that I feel that she's getting more and more distant. I don't know how to talk to her anymore, or even what to talk about. I don't know what kids her age are into nowadays. Every time we talk, we ended up fighting. And every time we kiss, I swear I could fly. I have 3 daughters. We fight all the time. One thing that I learned, give them time and space. But be there when they need you. Or you can just bribe them. One time I had a fight with my eldest daughter. She didn't want to talk to me for a week. I know she loves pizza, so I went to Rocco's and bought her favorite pie. I left the pizza on the table like a trap. Then I just waited for her to take the bait, just like a stakeout. Once she took a bite of that delicious pepperoni, I casually grabbed a slice and sat with her. That pizza really helped smooth things over. After that, she wouldn't stop talking.
That's pretty smart.
What if what she loves doing is the problem? Rachel loves singing and performing on stage. I'm proud of what she has achieved with her career. She's really young, but the entertainment industry isn't a kind place. Not the label, not the media, not the fans. And I don't trust her new manager. Rachel's just a little girl. What if she gets harassed? Or forced to do drugs?
I mean, I can understand his concerns. I don't know if she would be forced to do drugs.
Did something happen? Well, nothing's happened yet. I just feel it in my guts. Is it possible that you're just being paranoid? I don't know, maybe?
Psst, Lukael, I need to go now. Thanks for the drink. Take care on your way.
Well, can't you just find another manager? Rachel's already 18, so legally she can sign contracts without parental approval. I've been trying to tell her to quit, but every time I brought it up, we just ended up fighting. As a parent, there's really nothing much we can do, other than guiding them and being there when they need us. Sooner or later, we'll have to trust them to make their own decisions, and with everything we've taught them, hopefully, they'll make the right choices. What if she made the wrong choices? I can do a background check on that manager. If that will ease your mind, please do.
I feel like their voices have somehow combined into the same voice. I'm really trying to make them different.
Okay, give me a name. It's Morris. Last name Lester.
Well, he is called Molester. Like, is that the joke? Because he's called Molester.
Oh, isn't he the guy in today's paper?
I don't remember what the newspaper said.
Anyway, I'll let you know if there's a hit.
I love how they have like the older style phones, you know, to show that they're older.
Hold on, I gotta take this.
They got the little flip phones.
I've just got a call, I've gotta go. I'd love to talk more about this with you. Let's meet again soon. Wait. You have my contact details. Call me if you ever need my help. Wait.
And he just ignored you. Don't worry, I'm sure everything will be alright.
I used to manage a girl band. I've seen bad things happen.
That bad?
Yeah. I was against her joining that pub group at first. But my wife, Rachel's mom, she convinced me to give it a chance. Ever since she's been gone, I don't know how to talk to Rachel. With her wanting to do more of her own stuff, I don't know what to do.
What do you mean by her own stuff?
Modeling and a solo singing career. It's a whole different world than the band. I'm familiar with that side of the biz.
But things have changed, right?
Even if it has, I don't think it's for the better.
She survived being an idol, even managed to graduate and start a solo career. She sounds like someone who can take care of herself. Don't you think so?
She's not ready. I don't want her to get hurt. There are a lot of bad people out there. People that want to take advantage of her.
You are her father. I understand you might be worried. However, you shouldn't hinder her from achieving her dreams.
I just want what's best for her.
Is it really what's best though? I think she's born to soar.
But she's just a girl. My little girl.
Seriously? That's your argument?
I didn't mean to sound that way.
It doesn't matter whether she's a boy or a girl. You'll drive her away if you keep on acting like this. With your knowledge, you should be able to... You're really involving yourself in business that does not concern you. Giving a lecture to this old man that you don't know about his like personal problems. With your knowledge, you should be able to help her achieve her dreams. I was once a stubborn young girl too. Maybe I can give you a little advice on how to handle rebellious teens.
I'd love to hear it. Is it okay if I stay a bit longer, Lukael?
Take all the time you need. Oh, is that the end of the day? Oh, interesting. Sometimes like, the day just ends kind of unexpectedly. Because in all the first few days, like they would say when the shop's closing, but now they just kind of stop sometimes. Here's the newspaper. Military personnel stationed along East Coast to prevent immigrants flooding in from the Atlantic. Oh. Werewolf representatives push the ministry for a more accessible sedative. Doctor from Salak Town arrested for experimenting with child cloning. Things are pretty wild in this world. Are you sure that would be okay? Yes! I mean, it would be really hard to pull off, but it's something that'll make the story different. Different isn't always good. It's a neat concept, but you need to handle it carefully and gracefully. I know. Oh, it's Gala. Hey, Gala.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome, Mr. Gala. Am I interrupting? It looked like you were having an intense discussion.
It's nothing. Lukael was just giving me feedback. It's for the book I'm writing.
Sounds like a heavy discussion.
What are you up to tonight?
I'm just planning to sit and relax. Please don't let my presence interrupt you.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Although I need to interrupt Lukael for a moment.
Sure, how can I help you?
Can I have a cup of, You remember my remedy?
Of course. Do you want to give it a try again?
My last order didn't quite hit the spot. Remember, it's tea and ginger. The last thing is definitely a different ingredient from either of those.
Okay.
Remember, it has tea and ginger.
Yes, he told me tea, ginger, and then milk. But it had to be tea, milk, and then ginger. Because I didn't think the order of the last two ingredients mattered, but apparently it does matter, so let's try that. And hopefully that works. Galahad. Okay, I think I got it right this time because it's got his name and there's like a half a heart and half a wolf on it. Try this, my dude. Judging from the smell, this looks like it. What does that mean? Indeed. I have the same feeling. I've made a note of that mixture.
Perfect. Anyway, please don't mind me and continue with your discussion.
Don't worry, Mr. Gala, we're done for the night. You're done? I have a lot of new homework thanks to you. How come, like, I know more about writing than this girl who's supposed to be a writer? Like, of course, you should listen to people's feedback, but, like, apparently I'm pointing out a lot of stuff that she didn't even think about. Is Hyde coming?
No, I'm by myself tonight.
It's gonna be a peaceful night then. That's mean, Freya. Oh, come on, I was just joking. Also, it sounds like Lukael and Freya know each other very well because they're like always talking. They seem to have known each other a long time. But every time they make a joke, the other person doesn't seem to get it. Like, they seem to have very different types of humor, which is like strange. He needs to learn how to communicate his thoughts nicely, though.
He might not look like it, but he's a very kind person, you know.
He doesn't show it, that's for sure. You're basing that off of one conversation you had where, like, he was a little bit harsh about, like, something that really, to be honest, the girl needed to hear. So, like, you're being very judgmental. That applies to you as well. Aw, come on. Good evening, everyone. It's Bailey's again. Welcome, Mr. Bailey's. Hey, yeah. How are you doing, Freya? Not good.
What's going on?
The guy was just criticizing my story. It's called feedback. It's cruel. It's necessary.
Sounds interesting.
What's the problem with the story? The story is non-linear and quite complicated. Imagine a choose-your-own-adventure storybook, but for adults.
Sounds pretty common so far.
But instead of telling you which page to turn to, each decision you make will give you a score. That would have been nice in this game, you know? What? That score will determine which page you should go to. That sounds more like a video game than a book, yeah. I know, it's not that original. But my target here is the mainstream audience. Huh? With the help of my publisher, this kind of book may go mainstream. Just like that Choose Your Own Adventure show on Netstream. Netstream? It was nothing new, but because of the marketing and the names involved, it reached the mainstream market. This must be about some kind of Netflix show. I'm not sure. That sounds interesting. And highly ambitious, Freya. If I was good enough, I would try and give them like accents on top of voices. So like maybe Bailey's kind of like British, something like that. But I'm not good enough at accents, so I'm not even gonna try. At least it's simpler than my other idea, which is making the novel not in the form of book, but in the form of story cards. What? I know, right? As if she has all the time in the world. And that's before even considering the sensitive issue. His sprite just cracks me up. He's so just like... of setting the story in a world where only humans exist? What did you say? No, there's a reason why it has to be that way. Just wait until the fact that you're a human writing this story is what makes it kind of... Like, if she wasn't a human, then I guess you could justify it. But just wait until I finished it, okay? Alright, alright. As Lukael said though, I won't have the time. Getting a normal pitch approved is already a steep climb. Let's not make the mountain even higher. Fair enough. What's the story all about, by the way? You'll have to wait for it. Don't want to spoil the fun. If you say so. Anyway, I haven't ordered anything. What do you want to drink tonight? Ginger latte, if you know how to make it. There's your ginger latte. Or a ginger. Is he a ginger? I'm not sure. There you go. So I have new contacts. Gala is level 2 now. Veteran. Now working in a hospital, so now we know he's a veteran. There's Bailey's. Oh, we got his full entry. Punk. Been listening to Pumpkin Spice since I was a wee lad, so Pumpkin Spice. Oh, okay, so when he says he was a Pumpkin Spice, he was talking about a band, not the actual spice. Escaping bloodlines, experiencing life one color at a time. One day I will have my own solo exhibition. Well, that's nice to have goals. Somehow we have Henry in our... Oh, it's a photo of him when Rachel was young. That's cute. Aqua, we got the full entry as well. A mermaid from Atlantis and a friendly introvert. Okay, so she's from Atlantis. Tea lover. Full Metal conflict, video games in general, grandma. Moved to Seattle to achieve my dream of advancing technology as far as we can. Trying to find a place and person where I belong while doing something I love. Okay, I think she's gonna maybe get a thing with Myrtle, if I had to guess. Since they're both like singles, it seems. Here you go. Thanks. Damn, this is good. With this kind of drink-making skill, I wonder why your place isn't any bigger? And what we have here now is more than enough for me. Whatever floats your boat, I guess. By the way, how are you doing, Baileys? Still busy with your last client? Oh, I'm done with her. Done? As in you're dropping the project? Hey, I'm not crazy. I still need the money. Done as I finished the job. I spent this past few days making sure it's even done before the deadline. Did she like it? Oh, she loved it. She had some complaints, of course, but I convinced her by using some design terms she doesn't understand. So you finish your job by bullshitting her? Finest bullshit, my lady. That's one survival skill every freelancer must have. Are you working on anything right now? No. I'm taking a break from work. I need to work on a few personal matters. Oh. Yeah, we all know about your personal matters. Like you and Lua? Something like that. By the way, I'm curious. How did you guys meet? If you don't mind me asking. I don't mind. It's just that I was young and stupid, you know? Oh, come on. Who hasn't been there? You're right. So, I was a bit of a player back in college. Ooh, spicy. And I was going after my then best friend's girlfriend's friend. Okay. Wait, what? Okay, I'll say it slowly. I used to have a best friend. He was an incubus. Okay. Let's call him Cognac. Cognac? Cognac as a girlfriend. Still following. And that girl has a friend. The friend is the one I'm after. Ooh, okay. Got it. She was one of the hottest girls there, but everyone knew she wasn't the type of girl you'd want to date. Why? I don't want to get into details. But this succubus was super hot, and all the guys wanted to sleep with her. She was a player too. I mean, she is a succubus. Huh? That doesn't sound like Lua at all. Because it wasn't Lua, genius. Huh? Lua was my friend's girl. Holy moly! This is getting spicier. The other girl's name was... let's just call her Rose. Continue? I knew Lua thanks to her relationship with Cognac. That's a fake name you made up, right? Yes. Now, will you let me continue without interruptions? Okay, okay. So I asked Lua a lot of things about Rose. She knew what I was after. It annoyed her so much, but I kept on bothering her. I mean, I was a pretty active guy back then. So Lua came over to visit us at one point. I lived with Cognac back in college. I'd been out and I got back just as Lua arrived. A total coincidence. We went into our place together and witnessed something surprising. What? Cognac was sleeping with Rose. Holy mother of moly! I saw the look on Lua's face, the disbelief, anger, sadness, and without even thinking about it, I punched Cognac in the face. You what? I got into a fight with him. Oh, I haven't told you. Cognac was a Brazilian jiu-jitsu tutor for kids. He's pretty good. Oh my. Yeah, I landed that one punch, and he beat me to a pulp. Easily. Lua begged me to stop fighting on her behalf. More like she begged Cognac. Hey, I wasn't kidding. I lost, but I don't give up so easily. I was beaten pretty bad, so Lua took care of my injuries. We grew closer after that, and I don't even remember the exact date. But suddenly that friendship turned into a relationship. That was one hell of a story. I know. Have you seen her by any chance? Yeah. Lua came by a few days ago. How is she doing? She hasn't returned any of my calls or texts. Well, she's healthy, that's for sure. She got into an argument though. With whom? There was this male model. A model? I didn't think she was the type of girl to go out with a model. Oh, they weren't together. What were they arguing about? Well, we were talking about your relationship. Lua told us about the reason behind the fight, about your family stuff, and then this guy Hyde joined the discussion. What did he say? He didn't understand why Lua would insist on getting family approval, considering, you know. What? You're willing to leave your own family? You would do that for her? Yes, I would. I'm sick and tired of my family. Why would you say that? Let me tell you about my family. Or, I should say most elven families. They all think they're so high and mighty. If you're born an elf, there are certain unwritten rules you must follow. Reputation and appearance are everything. We must never, ever make our family look bad. You can only befriend certain people. You must dress a certain way. You can only have certain jobs. Jobs that are deemed worthy and successful. Like being a doctor, a lawyer, a CEO. You know. Ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted to be an artist. I love drawing and creating art. However, becoming an artist is not something elves would deem suitable. Which, like, I get the type of culture they're going for with these elves, like very demanding, very like, it's the same kind of stereotype that like a lot of Asian families are depicted as in media. But at the same time, elves are like, you know, they're graceful, they're all about art. They always have like this beautiful architecture and fashion in fiction. So you would think they would approve of artists, you know? Unless you become the next Da Vinci. So when I switched from a business major to an art major, my parents went crazy, screamed like they were on fire. They told me that I'd never be rich or successful. All that because you chose an art degree? You wanna know the worst part? They blamed Lua. What do you mean? They blamed her for my decision to pursue my passion for art. Yelled about how her kind is ruining the country, accusing their religion of worshipping the Dark Lord, accusing her of putting a spell on me and cursing the family. Whoa. I mean, come on, this is the 21st century. That's so not cool. I don't want to sound judgmental, but your family is racist. Tell me about it. Lua is the only person that can make me feel alive. She showed me how I can be free and pursue my dreams. I don't understand why Lua is so obsessed with the idea of reconciliation with my family. I just don't get it. I have no problem leaving my family, you know. I would happily leave them for the both of us. What about her? What about her and her family? You may be happy to leave your family. I almost sneezed, and just like that, it vanished. God damn it. Alright, it's just gone. However, it may not be the same for her. Gala, do you have something to say? Perhaps you could give us a different perspective. Sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop.
I couldn't help overhearing your story. I assume that the person you're talking about is not an elf, correct?
Yeah, she's a succubus.
I see. I'm a werewolf. For werewolves, the wolf pack is the most important thing. We'll put family before any other. We often have our own problems within the pack, but we won't abandon our family for anything. Perhaps that's also true for her and her family. Besides, if you leave your family for her, wouldn't that make your parents believe that all those bad stereotypes about succubi are true?
I
never thought of it that way before. Whether you like it or not, your actions will have an impact on her as well. And if you leave your family for her, that will put her in a difficult spot. She might feel responsible for your actions.
There's nothing to feel bad about. I'm leaving my messy family to create a better one with her.
It's easy for you to say that now, but you don't know what the future holds. One day, circumstances might change. One day, one of you might regret your decisions. One day, you might use the I left my family for you card.
We love each other. I'll be with her whatever the circumstances may be.
You know, love is like a flame. Might burn fiercely at first, but over time it will die down if you don't maintain it. Maintaining it won't be easy, will be a hard work, because life is full of storms. Marriage, it will not survive on love alone.
Whoa, that's deep. Is it deep though?
We'll have each other and that's enough for us. Tell me, do you have health insurance?
What?
I'm an elf, why would I need health insurance? You'll need some.
What for?
Immortality is an elven privilege, but you'll lose it if your family disowns you. I've seen people go bankrupt because they fell ill or got seriously injured, emptied their entire life savings for an $8 pill because in this country they charge $20,000 for it.
Okay, so it's still the same America in that way.
And if you decide to have children, they won't have the same privileges you do. There's a high probability that they'll get bullied for being a half-breed. There are consequences. It shouldn't be taken lightly. Think about it. Anyway, I've got to go. I apologize for my intrusion.
No, thank you for your insight.
I've got to go too. Wanna head out together?
Sure.
Thanks for the drink, Lukael. And Freya. Bye.
Gala's making some good points. What? You made me lose 2 customers in a minute. Hey, that wasn't on me. They were leaving anyway.
Are you going to write that in your book?
It's a secret. If your book is based on this coffee shop, how can you present a story like theirs in a world with only humans around? I'm not sure. Perhaps a hot drink will give you some inspiration? Sounds like a great idea. September 29th. What was the first day? Like 20... I think the first day was the 22nd, so it's been a full week. So we should be like halfway through now. WHO, World Health Organization, vows to stop major hospitals selling Fury sedative illegally. Coachella 2020, 10 reasons why you should go. Sports tournament in space might be only a few decades away. Here's these two again. He really never changed.
I know.
But it was surprisingly nice, catching up with people from back then. Thank you for forcing me to do it.
Don't mention it. Hey, Lukael. I'd like to order again. The usual.
Back to the experiment?
Yes. I think the last one was the remedy. But there's no harm in checking some other combinations.
Alright.
You know what to do?
Tea, ginger, and then something else? I mean, if we already found your remedy, why do you want to try something else? Let's try some mint, since I have that now. Ginger mint tea. There you go. I got achievement for serve the wrong drink for the first time. I mean, he told me to try something random, so thank you. I'm sorry, but this doesn't taste anything like what I asked for. Oh shit. Pardon me for the mistake. Never mind. Wait, he told me to try... It's like tea, and then ginger and something else, right? I should have just given him the exact same thing again. What about you, Mr. Hyde? Would you like to order anything else? I'm good for now. I couldn't help overhearing you both. Sounds like you two go way back. We do, I guess. He was my bodyguard. Oh? Didn't you meet here? Yeah, when this was a bar. What happened exactly? Well, now I'm the one being nosy. He was getting his ass kicked by a couple of dwarves. Ugh, those two bastards. It wasn't a pretty sight, so I intervened. Aren't vampires supposed to be, you know, tough? Just because I'm a vampire doesn't mean I know kung fu. Besides, I'd had a couple of drinks. I could have taken them both if I was sober. Couple, really? You were trashed, Hyde. You told them I was your bodyguard. Wait, were you not his bodyguard? Not at the time. We didn't even know each other. But because of that whole fiasco, we both got kicked out. And then this wasted vampire stuck to me. Like, well, you know, to a blanket. I don't know, actually. Obviously, he was too drunk to drive, so I hailed a cab. Turns out he was also too drunk to tell the driver where he lived. And I was stuck with him until morning. Thanks for not leaving me on the street, Gala. Those dwarves could have killed me. Who were they? I'm not going to confirm or deny anything, but it's possible they may have had ties to the mafia. And I might have lost some of their money on the stock market. A lot of their money. Yikes. They wanted me to launder their dirty money, so I decided to screw them over instead. Yeah, I overheard what they were talking about before the fight started. I knew Hyde was innocent, and that's why I helped him. He might be an annoying asshole, but he's not a thief. What a stroke of luck, the universe sending me a guardian angel in my time of need. So the next morning, I offered him a job as my bodyguard for real. After all the trouble you caused me the night before. Hey, I took you to breakfast. Don't tell me that counted for nothing. I have to say it wasn't my proudest moment. I was broke, breakfast was an offer I couldn't refuse. It was the late 60s, mind you. It wasn't easy finding a job, especially for people like me. Werewolves? War veterans? Ah, I see. So how did you go from working as a bodyguard to working in the hospital, Gala? Well, when he was working with me, I noticed... I'd prefer it if we skip that part. I'm sorry, but I want to go into any details about it. It's alright. You know, I would love if they never explain it. Because, like, that's very realistic, you know? You start talking about something and then you're like, I don't want to talk about it. And of course, like in a game or in a story, it's like, well, you have to learn it eventually. But it would be great if they actually never addressed it. Forgive me for asking. Oh, I don't mind telling you the quick and dirty version. Long story short, he helped me with something. Let's just say something from my past. Thanks to that help, I found a new purpose in life. Helping other people live. Of course, it's not easy for a veteran werewolf to become a nurse or a doctor. That's why I chose hospital admin instead. So you could say I owe this guy my life. Thanks to his stubborn persistence in helping me when I needed it. Thank you for sharing your story with me. I didn't expect such a tale from you. I know. Anyway, Lukael, I'd like to order something now. What would you like? Can you make a tea-based drink that's warm and cool at the same time? So just kind of... A tea-based drink. I might have picked the wrong tea leaves for Gala. Is that what happened? Did I pick this one instead of this one? I think maybe that's what happened. So warm and cool. Interesting how milk only gives one of cool. Okay, well here we have the same warm and cool. I think that's what he's asking. Midsummer Night's Dream. What a fancy name for a drink. Exactly what I wanted. By the way, it feels like this place is missing something today. Yeah, I haven't seen her today. Speak of the devil, I was just about to say that. Hello, good people. And one vampire. Are you still... It's good to see you too. Freya.
By the way, we were just talking about you.
Oh, really? What about me? I was just surprised that you weren't here. Is that how you pick up girls young enough to be your granddaughter? That won't work on me. I have no interest in flirting with you. I've got high standards, you know.
Ouch. You look tired, Freya. Hard day at work?
How could you tell?
Call it werewolf senses.
Right. I showed Lukael my draft, and I actually got some good feedback.
That's good to hear.
Glad I could help. So I spent the whole day rewriting stuff, and I also did some stories for the paper. Overall, it was a good day.
That's good to hear. But please don't forget to take a break. It's easy to get carried away by work when you're on a roll. I mean, she's here, isn't she? She's taking a break right now.
Will do, sir. And speaking of hospitals, how's your hospital admitting life going?
That's not even a word, Freya.
Actually, I'm not even sure what you even do there.
It's pretty boring to talk about, but mostly I handle operational stuff happening in the hospital. Things like how much a specialist costs and how much it affects our income. I also deal with patients and their families. If they require intensive care, such as operations, I go through what we do and how much it would cost them.
Kinda like biz dev for people's lives, then.
You could say that.
Damn, that sounds complicated and hard.
That's why I'm suited for my job. Someone who gets very emotionally attached to patients would find this job pretty tough. Whereas heartless people like my friend here only see it from a business perspective.
Good point. Why do people rarely talk about your kind of job?
I guess most people don't really notice we exist or think about the necessity of it.
Exactly. It's an interesting job, yet no one talks about it.
Maybe because most admins are just like me. We rarely talk about our work outside of the hospital.
Why?
For me, I just don't find any reason to. It's the patients' personal lives anyway.
Such professionalism and loyalty. You should keep hold of that mindset, especially in front of this lady here. He needs to be a bit less loyal, though. You've been doing this job for a while, right?
Almost 50 years now.
Whoa, I didn't know that. Wait, 50 years in the same position?
Uh-huh.
Holy! Ask for a promotion, man!
They keep offering me new positions, mostly managerial.
Take it!
Not interested.
Why?
It's not something I want. Besides, as I've told you before, I fit perfectly in this position.
But the salary must be better if you take the promotion, right?
Of course. But what I get at the moment is more than enough for me right now. And I still get raises while I'm doing my job.
I really can't figure you out. That's Gala for you.
Anyway, my shift's starting soon. It was nice catching up with both of you. Are you going to stay, Hyde?
Yeah, I'm still enjoying the vibes here.
I'll see you in a few weeks, I guess.
Yep.
Safe trip. See you around, Lukael. And you, Freya.
See ya. Take care on your way. You know, it's kinda hard to believe someone like Gala could be your best friend. We were just talking about that before you arrived. Oh, really? Man, I missed an interesting story. So, how did you guys meet? Seriously, I have to retell the story? Yes? Come on, you're not going anywhere, right? Alright then. We met in this place back when it was a bar. Whoa! I never knew Gala used to be in the army. I mean, he's got the build to be on the front line. Still though, why did he make the jump from... how should I say this? A very physical job to medic? Well, he's not comfortable talking about it right now. But you know why, right? And you shouldn't talk about it either, because he didn't want to talk about it. Are you trying to squeeze the story from me? Obviously. He doesn't want to talk about it. That's him, not you. Seriously, Freya? Come on. I won't get into details, but going to war, it messes with your head. Oh. You see why Gala doesn't want to talk about it, huh? I don't get it, but it must be difficult, especially back then. The only thing he was confident in was his strength, so he only did work that relied on his muscle. That wouldn't help him get over his trauma though, right? Of course not, but it was the only thing he could do. Or at least, it's the only thing he thought he could do. But you hired him for his muscle? Hey, I didn't know about all that at the time. Besides, he's good at being a bodyguard. And we weren't that close yet, so no personal feelings. I needed his strength, but then I got to be interested in him. Interested? I think he's a cool person, that's all. And after a few months, I noticed his problem. I suggested he talk about it with someone, seek help, which he refused. No surprises there, but I kinda pushed him to do it. How? It's complicated. Eventually, he did go to get professional help. Of course, I have no idea what happened in his therapy sessions, but in the end, he found a new purpose in his life. He quit working for me, and not so long after that, he started working at the hospital. And he's been Good evening, everyone! Oh boy. Good evening. It's nice to see you again. We are also glad to see you, Barista. By the way, I didn't catch your name the last time you visited. Do you have a name? Name? We sure have. On Earth, please call us Neil. Oh, I have met all of the main characters. I got an achievement. Let's see. Got the full hide entry. Favorite things, the fact that I've been blood sober for 10 years now. Oh. What I'm doing with my life currently, a model, past stock trader, entrepreneur, venture capitalist. Okay. There's Neil. We have nothing about Neil. On Earth, please call us Neil. Neil? Yes, Neil. Is that your real name? Oh, of course not. Due to the nature of our communication, we do not really need trivial things like names to interact. But from what we have learned here, it seems like the name Neil has a lot of association with Earthling efforts in intergalactic exploration. Of course, Armstrong. I get what you mean. I believe we did not meet the last time we were here. I saw you from afar when you left the coffee shop a few days ago. So, hello, my name is Freya. You could say I'm a regular here. And you, sir? Hyde. You come here often? Or someone who doesn't live in Seattle, yeah? Oh, you are not from around here. Neither are we. Where do you come from? Far away? By far away, you mean a few thousand miles or more? More? Much more? More to the point that your strange calculation system means nothing? That sounds far away indeed. What are you doing here in Seattle? And do all your kind dress like this? Oh, this? We chose this appearance based on an image we saw when we first arrived. Image? Ah, the Arami Gendru album cover. No wonder you look familiar. As for what we are doing, this place is really the perfect spot to practice our communication skills with Earthlings. But before that, please let us order something from the barista. What do you want to drink tonight? The usual. That is how you say it, right? Yes. So, anything? Yes, we won't be able to taste the difference anyway. You really can't taste anything? Yes. What if I can brew a drink that can make you feel something? Interesting premise, but we doubt you will be able to do that. Challenge accepted. Please surprise us. Okay, what if I can max one of the... I mean, this would be very bitter. We could try and make it as warm as possible. Maybe if it's like super warm, then you would like feel it. This would be maximum warm, so maybe this could work. Let's try that. I could try a full bitter too. A masala chai. A cup of anything ready for you? Thank you. What the? Interesting. What are you doing? Drinking? That's how they drink. Ooh boy, you are one interesting person. Thank you. That was a compliment, yes? Normally yes, but you can be so sure with Freya. That definitely was the highest form of compliment. What are you, Neil? Us? We are travelers, doing our job in the space you call Milky Way. What kind of job? We are tasked with a mission to spread our seeds. You really are here to find a date? All the way from a galaxy far, far away? Wow. Turns out pervs exist everywhere in the universe. Feeling attacked, old man? Not really. You have a valid point. We do not understand, but we are glad if we can make you laugh. Oh, the pleasure was mine. If I may ask, why do you have to breed with us? We are sorry, but that is classified information. Aw, man. Well, how's the mission going so far? We cannot say it is going well. I'm not surprised. With how quirky and unique you are, not many women can handle that. Could you handle them though? Me? I don't know. What do you think? You're a pretty adventurous girl. I wouldn't be surprised if you decided to go on a date. Or maybe go further, if it got you a good story. Oh, you're not offended by that? Not in the slightest. You're wrong though. I'd go on a date with them. But I don't like to sleep around. Really? To be honest, I didn't expect that. Yeah, I get that a lot. People often mistake me for someone who gets around a lot. That's a weird thing to say to someone. Be like, oh, I'm sure you're a slut who sleeps around with everyone. It's like, don't just say that. Excuse me, miss. From what we gather, does it mean you are willing to breed with us in exchange for our stories? Wow, no wonder your mission isn't going well. I don't mind going out with you for a drink or dinner in exchange for stories, but I'll only sleep with someone I'm serious about. But our mission is serious? It's not that. You either have to be my boyfriend or husband if you want to sleep with me. We have heard of those terms before. Let us check them once again. This is very strange. According to what we found, many Earthlings mate with one person exclusively for their entire lives. Yes, that's called commitment. I mean, there's more to it than that. Such a strange concept. Then why, with such rules, do you still face overpopulation problems? Now that you mention it, we don't have enough control of ourselves. And those in charge also don't have enough control of us. Not to mention, some races live for a very, very long time. Yeah, overpopulation would be way worse if we had like elves that could live fucking forever. We would need to control that. So even though there are rules about having kids, and they can be strictly enforced, a lot of people still break them. We know Earthlings boast about the concept of free will, but we thought your kind also loved the concept of restraint and taking care of the planet. At least that was what we gathered from your information at work. Theoretically, that should be the case. But Earthlings are stupid. That's the easiest way to put it. We learned so much today, but we have another question for Miss Freya. Ask away. How can we become your husband? First of all, I would suggest going step by step. Most of the time you start by dating. Boyfriends or girlfriends, you know? Before you talk about marriage. Oh, okay. So, how can we become your boyfriend? You could start by asking her whether she's actually single. Understood. So, Miss Freya, are you single? Yes, I am single. Do you want to be our girlfriend? Now, the path to starting to date varies between people, but usually takes some time before you want to commit yourself to someone. Wow, the breeding process on Earth is surely extremely complicated. It can be easier if you're a smooth talker. Smooth talker? Someone good at communicating with others. That would be really challenging for us. Even after all that, making kids is still in a totally different league. Most women prefer it if their male partners wear condoms. Condoms? Oh, you're getting into like the nitty-gritty of it now. I would so love the opportunity to discuss with an alien. Like, there would be so much to learn about them. I would go on a date with them just so we can talk about stuff. They did say they needed a female though, so I guess they wouldn't want to go with me. It's something you wear to prevent pregnancy. Why would you do the mating ritual if you do not want to have offspring? Pleasure. All this information is too much to process in one evening. So we talked about using condoms, but how do your kind of sex? Like, seeing how you drink? A condom might be something you can't use at all. That's true. How do you do it? We are pretty flexible with that, but we cannot tell you the details unless we agree to do the meeting. Ugh. I don't know. I would have sex with an alien, definitely, but I would need to know the details first, because like, there could be anything hiding under this suit, you know? It could be like just a collection of like blobs or like bugs or anything. I would definitely need to know the details, but I'm open-minded. I don't want to imagine how it's done. Oh, you do not need to worry. We will not hurt anyone physically or mentally. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that, especially the mental part. We did our research, and we tried it on the testing object we made. It was proven the mental capacity of Earthlings is far more complicated than anything else on... I'm not sure I would say that. Oh, we did not know that. Being born on Earth sounds very difficult. It is. I have to agree with that. Anyway, thank you so much for the information you have given us tonight. It means a lot to our mission. We have to report our findings to the base. How will you proceed with your mission with this newfound information? We are not sure yet. It is yet to be discussed after all. It was really nice talking with all of you. You're welcome. We are off now. Bye. Take care on your way, sir. Did we get some information about them? Nope. That was really something. Indeed. You said the first time they came here was for a date, right? Yeah, but their date never came. And then they mistook Miss Myrtle for their date. The game developer orc? Wow, I dread to think how that went. It was pretty awkward. But you can't be angry at such naivety. I guess so. By the way, has that young woman been back since I spoke with her last time? You mean Lua? Yeah, her. Oh, showing some concern now, are you? I'm just curious. No, I haven't seen her since. But her boyfriend did come a few days ago. And Freya was being pretty nosy to the point that Mr. Gala joined the discussion. My. You really have a knack for starting trouble. Sadly, I have to agree with that. It's not easy to make Gala join a random conversation, unless it really piques his interest, or it annoys him. I don't know how to react to that. Well, I need to catch a flight to Seoul tomorrow, so I'm off for the day. Oh, you're leaving Seattle so soon? It's only for a week or so. I'll be back here sooner than you know. Oh, well, it'll be a peaceful week then. Anyway, I need to get going as well. Thank you for letting me stay without ordering anything. I didn't even notice that. You really don't care about business. She didn't order anything, but she did attract people to the coffee shop. That's one way to put it. Anyway, Freya, do you want to share a cab? Thanks, but I'm riding my bike. Alright then, see you around. Take care on your way, folks. That's another day done. If they keep being this length, I'm definitely gonna need a third video. Of course, we're only like halfway through. It is raining cats and dogs. Protests arise over government treatment of Atlantic immigrants. Ugh. What's going on here? I think this is based on like a real photo, isn't it? Yeah. Dwarven-made cars face challenge against an unexpected competitor. The Mother Earth organization fights to save more forest. Alright. Welcome. Good evening, Rude from Final Fantasy. Hello. I'm from the Federal Immigration Regulation and Enforcement Division, or FIRE for short. How may I help you? We've heard reports of alien sightings in this area. We take the issue of illegal interstellar immigration seriously. Have you seen any creatures you would consider to be alien in nature? I don't think so.
But what should I be looking for? What's the alien look like? We're not 100% sure, but according to some eyewitnesses, it's wearing a spacesuit or something similar. That's a pretty eye-catching outfit. You'd think an illegal alien would try to blend in better, right? To avoid attention, you know? That is a very good point. In fact, there might be a solid possibility that we have been running around after false testimonies. They are superior creatures after all. Thank you for the help. If you see any suspicious activities, please contact us through our website. Will do, sir. You don't want to drink anything before leaving? We're good. Take care on your way. I'm not a snitch. I am not ratting out my alien friends. Phew. You really need to be more careful, Neil. Huh? Here comes Aqua. And Myrtle. Are you guys dating yet? Good evening, Lukael. Yo. Hello, Miss Aqua. Miss Myrtle. Have you both been somewhere together? We planned to meet here. It's just a coincidence we arrived at the same time. Would you like to order anything? Do you want to order first?
Nah, you go first.
Okay. Can I have a cup of green tea with a lot of mint? Sure thing. Green tea with lots of mint. Marrakech. I don't know how you say that. Marrakech. Your drink's ready? Ooh, this looks really fresh. I call this Marrakech, inspired by its origin. Okay, yeah, that did sound familiar. Marrakech in Morocco? I heard the people there really love tea. Let's give this a try then. Oh my, it's warm but very refreshing. No wonder Morocco is often associated with tea. How about you, Miss Myrtle? Do you want to order right away?
Sure. I'll have the Tet Tarik.
The Tet Tarik? I don't know what that is. Alright, so assuming that I am a barista, I should know this, right? The game didn't give me any clues, so like I'm not gonna look up what it is in the game, but I'm gonna look up what it is in real life. Because otherwise I just have like no way of knowing. So it's a tea beverage with milk. Alright, so it only said it's a tea drink with milk, and it's supposed to be sweet. So, tea, milk. I guess I could put tea again. Wait, it's supposed to be sweet. So tea. Wait, but then it wouldn't be sweet. It said it's supposed to be a sweet beverage, but here I have no sweet, but like all I know is that it has tea and milk. I didn't see any other ingredients, so I guess I'm just gonna try that. Oh, Tet Tarik. Alright, so that worked. Huh. So it's just milk and tea. Huh.
Huh?
Is there anything wrong?
No. It's better than I thought it would be, actually.
That's the first time we've seen her smile.
The taste is really authentic. Just like the Tet Tarik you get in Southeast Asia.
Thank you for the compliment. Where did you learn to make it? I traveled around Southeast Asia a few years ago. So you learned about it in Malaysia? Yes, and from videos on the internet. So, how are things going in the office?
As usual. Tiring. But thanks to you and your team, we've made some good progress with a problem we've been stuck on for a while.
I'm glad it could be of help. It's not every day our research can have an impact as direct as this. Only a few weeks after publication, no less.
The thing is, even with your help, we still need to do a ridiculous amount of overtime to make sure the game will be available for the holiday season.
Oh, I want to say please don't forget to rest, but I'm sure it won't be that easy for you and the team.
Ha! As if those executives care about us. Overtime is not mandatory, they'll say. Please see your family, get some rest. But we all know that optional overtime is a passive-aggressive move. We'll stay longer in the office anyway. Because if you go home earlier than the others, you'll feel bad for them.
You'll feel guilty. I understand that so much. I hate to admit it, but yeah, it's guilt.
I wish I could help you, or at least say something to boost your morale. Sadly, I'm not the right person to give you advice about that, for guilt is something that also bothers me a lot, even for things I shouldn't feel guilty about. And you know what makes it worse? I know the state of the industry, but it still saddens me to realize that my favorite series was born out of such sacrifice. Still very much relevant in 2023. I'm sorry I ruined the mood for everyone.
Don't worry about it, Aqua. I'm not that bad off, you know. At least the company gives us decent compensation. Healthcare, bonuses, and so on. And we're already used to this. So don't you worry about me, okay?
Getting used to unhealthy working conditions should be a norm.
Hey, cheer up. Remember, your research helped us out a lot. Thanks to you, the rest of the development is going to be much easier. How's your game doing, by the way?
Actually, I have some good news about it.
What is it?
The game got approved to be showcased at PAX West this year. PAX East? PAX West? I see it.
I understood that reference. That's really good news. Congrats.
Thank you.
So, what's the problem then?
I haven't confirmed my attendance to the organizer.
Why? Confirm it fast, before they give you a spot to another indie.
I'm just not sure about it.
What's stopping you? Cost?
The booth is free for indies.
That's good then, and the event's even in Seattle. You don't need to spend anything on travel or accommodation. It's a golden ticket.
But I'm not that confident.
You passed the selection process, right? That should be enough validation to reassure you of the game's quality. If I'm not mistaken, the judges are usually prolific people in the industry, and also senior journalists.
I know, but I've told you about my game, right? It's pretty non-traditional, and thousands of people will be visiting Max, expecting Full Metal Conflict and other bigger games.
Every game has its own market, you know. And you'll be in the indie area. People know what to expect there. Gamers aren't stupid.
Aren't we though? Aren't we? The day before just sold like 200,000 units. Just keep that in mind. What if some haters visit the booth? What if they don't like my game and say bad things about it? Or about me?
That's not gonna happen. It's an expo, not the internet. People are way nicer in real life.
Even after all that, I'll still be there by myself for the whole event. She's trying to ask you to come with her.
That one is a problem, yeah.
Meeting that many people is already scary enough. Doing it for 4 days straight. Showing my baby to the public. I just can't imagine the horror. She's waiting for you to offer to go with her. She's checking her agenda.
You know what?
Huh?
So far my schedule is pretty empty around then. If things stay this way until Max, I'll come with you.
Eh? No, you don't have to do that. Even if you're free then, you shouldn't waste your time on me. Relax or something.
Nah, it's no bother. I'll be going to the event anyway. Might as well come with an exhibitor badge.
What about your company's booth?
Don't worry about it. There are hundreds of us. I can just ask my lead to skip this year.
But...
I'm coming with you, whether you like it or not.
Okay. Some big Undyne Alphys vibes here.
Good. Now what are you going to show the game on?
I'll have a laptop and a smartphone.
Is the expo build ready?
Expo build?
You're not planning to showcase the full version, right?
That's the plan.
Don't. I can give you the guidelines on what to have for the expo build. Do you have the game with you now?
It's on my phone. I can send you the build now if you want.
Do so.
Okay. Maybe she's doing some like industrial espionage.
Got it. Now let's see.
Oh, it's Rachel. Hello, Miss Rachel. Hi, Lukael. What's wrong? Huh? Nothing. I've just been practicing all day and I'm pretty tired.
Are you having a concert soon?
Don't tell anyone yet, it'll be announced tomorrow. But I'm going to perform at Coachella next week.
They're still adding new performers?
Yeah, you might say that those announced this late are... backups.
Oh. But it's still the biggest festival in the country.
Yes, and I'm excited for it. I think I should celebrate with a special drink, something sweet.
What do you want to order?
A sweet hot chocolate. Sweet hot chocolate.
Without the milk, it doesn't seem very sweet. It's only like 2. For some reason, adding choco powder a second time doesn't add any, it doesn't add any more sweet, so I think I should add honey. I don't know if that's still gonna count. She might hate it, but I'm just trying to make it sweeter. Milk, honey, chocolate? Ugh. I think I messed it up. Your sweet hot chocolate is ready.
How is it? Not bad. It's not special, but it's enough.
Please don't hesitate to call me if you need anything else.
Thanks.
Other than the instruction on the loading screen, try putting a time limit on how long they can play.
Why? Wouldn't that break their immersion?
Probably, but in case there's good reaction to it, you might have people lining up to play your game. Don't want to make them wait too long.
That makes sense.
If you don't want to put a time limit on it, try ending the demo with a cliffhanger. That should get people's attention.
Noted. Dad? What are you doing here? After what you did at the studio this evening?
I was worried I couldn't find you anywhere around the studio, so I thought you'd be here.
And now you're causing another ruckus.
We're sorry, Lukael. We didn't mean to cause you any problems.
You are sorry? I don't have anything to be sorry for.
Well, anyway, I better order something.
What are you having?
What would you recommend?
Might I suggest a cup of Spanish Sahara?
Oh, what is that?
It's basically hot chocolate with milk and ginger.
Sounds delicious. I'll take that Spanish Sahara.
Hot chocolate with milk and ginger? People really do be mixing all kinds of weird ingredients together, and I assume most of them are good, but can't say it's something I would have tried to do. Spanish Sahara. There you go. Your drink is ready, sir.
My, that is amazing.
Glad you liked it. Dad?
Yes?
Please just go home after you finish your drink.
Not until you leave that good-for-nothing pervert.
I need him. He's going to help me become more successful.
I know Morris. He is not a good person.
The industry has changed, Dad. It's not like 20 years ago. Besides, since you left, he's been growing his brand, making his name, managing a lot of stars so they become superstars.
I still have my informants in the industry. He hasn't changed much. And even if he has, it wasn't for the better.
You're just being paranoid. First you were afraid of how my fans would treat me. Now you're afraid of the industry too? What's next? You'll lock me in the house because you're afraid of the air I'm breathing?
You're just too young to understand.
Then make me understand, because this is definitely not helping. There are better ways. Didn't you learn anything from Mom? You were together for almost 15 years, but you learned nothing. Not even how to talk to your own daughter.
Rachel, I'm sorry, but I'm trying, okay?
Try harder, because right now, you're not helping anyone. Not me, not you, no one.
I know, but give me a chance. You know what? It will take time for me to learn, but I am learning. Or, you know, I could return to the industry. I could try to be your manager.
Dad, are you out of your mind? You've been out of touch for so long.
I told you I have informants there. I'm not that out of touch. Of course, there are things I need to figure out, but
It doesn't work that way, Dad. You know that. Going from a girl band to a solo career won't be easy. If I take things slow, I'll lose all my momentum.
If you don't want me to be your manager, can you at least choose someone other than Morris?
I don't think so. Mr. Lester is at the height of... I can't believe she wants a guy called Mo Lester as her manager. He's at the height of his career now. He's my best chance right now. Don't be too paranoid, okay? I've made my decision. Now, please go home. Relax. And don't ever come to the studio again. I'm going back there. I need to practice for the festival. It's only a few days away. And it's a big chance to boost my presence as a solo artist.
When are you going to be home?
I don't know. I'll be staying at the hotel the label provided.
But that's...
See you, Dad.
Wait, Rachel.
I'm with the dad on this one. This isn't gonna end well. She's gonna be in the newspaper tomorrow.
Excuse me for a moment, Lukael.
Go after her, dude. I mean, I don't know what else he could do. He even offered to be your manager, but... Man, I'm sorry about what just happened. You don't have to apologize.
Yeah, we were busy minding our own business anyway.
What? You didn't hear their argument, Myrtle?
Of course I heard them. I just chose to ignore most of it. It's none of my business, is it?
Freya could learn a thing from you. That's amazing.
What's so amazing about that?
I don't think I can do that. Dividing and focusing my attention so completely, especially when there's an argument like that.
Are you saying you weren't listening to my advice and you were focusing on them instead?
Nah. No, I was listening. I made notes.
See? You didn't even realize. But you are capable of focusing your attention.
Now that you mention it, it happens naturally, I guess. Being born into a big family is useful after all.
Yeah, sometimes we don't even realize what we're capable of doing. By the way, you wanna head back now?
Yeah, it's pretty late.
Yo, Lukael, we're leaving.
You don't have to announce your... I mean, I guess it's polite, but you don't have to announce your departure. I'm just serving drinks here. Hope you had a good time. Thank you for the drinks, as usual. Please take care on your way home. I'm gonna have to wipe the floor every time she comes around. I guess that's all for Oh, you're back, Mr. Hendry. Oh, you alright, sir? Sir?
Oh. Yes, yes. Please don't worry about me.
Did you manage to catch up with Miss Rachel?
No. I lost her.
I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm sure she's alright.
I hope you're right.
By the way, pardon me for asking.
Yes?
Throughout your arguments with Miss Rachel, something kept bugging me.
What's that?
Why did you leave the music industry?
Huh. Now that's a trip down memory lane.
You don't have to tell me if it makes you uncomfortable.
Oh, no, it's fine. I left around 20 years ago, just as we were welcoming the beginning of the new millennium. It was a great time for girl bands, you know? They were huge in the 90s, and they were still enjoying the leftover sensation of the past decade. I met my wife while working. She worked for a record label. That's how we met. I decided to get married and settle down. I wanted a peaceful life.
You didn't find peace managing girl bands?
Oh gosh, no. The politics, the dark side of the industry, none of it's good. But what hit me the hardest was the fans. Toxic fans are the worst. Teenage girls especially. They were crazy about their idols, to the point where they started doing really unimaginable stuff.
Like what?
Spending all their money trying to copy the superstar lifestyle, abandoning their responsibilities, their families, and the men. They were even worse. They sexualized the girls in every way you could possibly imagine. Edited photos, stalking, outright sexual assault. It was before the internet, mind you. I mean, the internet existed, but it wasn't as mainstream as it is now. I wasn't even the target of the abuse, but it haunted me. It was everywhere. Don't talk to me about peace. I couldn't sleep back then. Not getting enough sleep is dangerous for cats.
What do you do for a living now?
After we got married, my wife and I opened a record store. It's not big, but we have a very specific audience. We're niche, but they love us for it. It's more than enough for our little family.
You said you're still in touch with your friends in the music industry.
Well, they visit my place from time to time, and we all meet up at least once a year. Usually, it's at my place. Oh gosh, look at the time. I should go home too. Are you going to be alright by yourself? Oh, don't worry about me. I'm an old cat. We're stronger than most people think. See you later, Lukael. And sorry for bringing our fight to your place. Don't worry about it. Alright then, goodbye.
Yeah, he's in a tough spot. He wants what's best for her, but when you have teenagers trying to push them away from something bad, sometimes that kind of does the opposite, so it's not so easy. Just kind of have to try and educate them well and give them advice and then hope that they figure the rest out on their own, you know? This fucking picture. Couchilla organizer reminds parents not to allow their children to attend unsupervised. Rachel Florentia confirmed to perform at Couchilla 2020. Gil Nyman and Maruki Harukami to collaborate for a new IP. Hey, how about that? Freya was the fan of them, right? She's gonna be happy. Sorry, we're not open yet. Oh, Neil, you've come very early today. Is there anything I can help you with? There is definitely something that you can do. What is it? Can we work here? Excuse me, what? Is it possible for us to work here? What? Why? We have learned something precious since we first arrived here. Communication is very important on Earth, and Earthlings communicate in a very complicated way. It blows our mind to learn that you need to mix between verbal and non-verbal communication here. Yes, but I can see that your communication skills have improved an awful lot since you arrived. That is true, but it is not enough. Some of the biggest lessons about Earthlings we learned them here. This made us think, instead of focusing on finding a breeding partner, we should focus on learning how to communicate with Earthlings properly. That's smart. Sounds like a good strategy. That is why we asked you to allow us to work here. Because you want to interact with our customers? That is correct. I'm not sure about this. Neil, normally if you are applying for a job on Earth, you have to go through certain processes before you finally get the job, if you get it at all. Oh, let me think this over if you don't mind. I mean, you can also just be a customer and just talk to the people here. You don't have to work. I'll let you know tomorrow. Oh, no. We are sorry for our spontaneity, but it has to be today. May I know why? Because we are leaving for an event tomorrow. Okay. Hey, look at that, I have new friends. Oh, we got the full Myrtle entry. Favorite things, me time, what I'm doing in my life, as I've stated before, working on a Full Metal Complex series. Alright. Rachel. Did she change her photo? Alright, she used to have the picture with the rest of her band, but now it's just her by herself. Hi there, I'm Rachel Florentia. You might have seen me on your screen singing, dancing, or modeling, working on a new album especially for you right now. Still got nothing on Neil. I mean, I guess that shouldn't surprise me. Music enthusiast and father. That seems right. I think Aqua also changed her picture. Okay, thank you. But with one condition. You won't be making any drinks. I'll handle that. Once I'm done, you will give the cup to the customer. Understood. There are other things you need to keep in mind. What is that? Dealing with the customers. Some people come here just to chill. They might come just for a drink, work, or to read something. I strongly suggest you let them be. But always be prepared if they want to talk about anything. How can we know whether people want to be left alone or not? That won't be easy, but you'll be able to judge based on their body language. Non-verbal signs? Yes. That will be very hard for us. Indeed. Don't worry. I'll give you a sign. When you should start talking. Or when you should stop. Thank you. We will need that so much. Well, that's basically all you need to do here. Do we need a special outfit to do the job? Not really. I'll lend you an apron though. To help keep your suit clean. And to differentiate you from the customers. You don't really need more differentiation, but it will make you look more legit for the job. That is a very Earthling thing to do. It is. Alright then. Are you ready for this? We are.
Okay, let's start the night.
Welcome. Holy wow. What the hell is happening? Good evening, Miss Freya.
Hey, Lukael, what's going on here?
Well, Neil is working here tonight. And I thought I was the one who brought bad news. I never thought this place would be ground zero. Or an alien invasion. It's not that. Neil is just helping out. You've never looked like someone who needs help. There are a few things to clarify, Miss Freya. First, our mission was never about conquering Earth. In fact, it is the other way around. Second, judging from the situation, we are actually the person who is getting help from the barista, not the other way around.
What?
We have learned something since we arrived and we came to a conclusion. Before starting another breeding mission, we should learn more about how Earthlings communicate. We thought this place was the best place to learn.
And you just agreed to this? On one condition, I make the drinks. Neil will only be here to serve and communicate. Fair trade? What's in it for you then? What? You're helping them here? What do you get in return?
Now that you mention it, if there's anything you want from us, please do not hesitate to ask.
Don't mention it. Well, maybe you can be my next story. I can write an article about your work here. Freya, if I still need to write for the paper again... What happened?
The chief found out.
Oh. Is that why you didn't come yesterday?
Yes.
How did you find out? You remember my fateful meeting with the higher-up? In the elevator?
Yes.
The same thing happened with my chief. They met each other in the lift, and the higher-up mentioned our encounter to her. The chief called me into her office, and things went downhill from there. She realized immediately that it was the reason for my poor performance lately. She didn't like it, of course. I'm sorry to hear that. What are you going to do now?
Write the goddamn novel, I guess.
And after that? Hope that it sells well. If not, I don't know.
We do not understand what is really happening, Miss Freya, but we feel the immense sadness and frustration you feel. How about a warm cup of drink? It is on the house.
Huh? You allowed to do that?
We will pay for the drink.
No, it's okay. It's on the house. That was a nice thing to do, Neil.
That was the best thing to do according to our senses.
It was.
So what do you want to drink, Miss Freya?
Your favorite.
Our favorite?
Anything. I trust you with the decision. Alright, well, I will use this time to experiment with some weird shit then. How about chocolate, mint, and cinnamon? That actually sounds pretty good. Does it have a special name? Mint, cinnamon, chocolate. Well, I'm not so sure, but alright. That means they had to make it... It's Neil's arm holding the drink. They would have to make a different image for every single possible combination, of which there must be like dozens, if not hundreds.
Here is your drink, especially crafted by the owner of this coffee shop.
Well, who else is gonna brew it? How about it? Thank you so much for this. I always wondered why your place only served hot drinks, but today I might have an idea why. How far along are you with the novel? I can prepare the draft in a few days, I think. Now that I don't really need to care about other deadlines. And if I manage to infuse some coffee and creativity into my blood, that sounds doable, even without the caffeine infusion.
Excuse me, Miss Freya. We have learned extensively about Earthlings' bodies, about all the races, and we do not think infusing your blood with coffee would be advisable.
Thanks for the tip. I'm sorry, Neil. I'm not really in the mood for this sort of conversation.
It was just...
Neil, Freya wasn't serious about infusing herself with coffee.
Oh, we are glad to hear that then.
That was a figure of speech, Neil.
We have heard about that term. It is still very hard to understand your language.
It will always be hard. Languages will keep on changing.
Understood. At least we are here now to learn the basics of how Earthlings communicate. Miss Freya, if we may ask.
Ask away.
How fast do you write?
Not fast enough, apparently.
But do you have numbers?
Numbers?
How many words do you produce per day? I don't think I have the exact number, but full-time, I should be able to write between 3 and 5,000 words, but it sounds like a lot. That's a lot. That's raw. After that, I still need to edit it. I usually end up with about half of what I originally wrote. According to our research, the standard number of words for the thing you need to write is between 50 and 100,000. That's right. But for this draft, I don't need to write that much. That is a pleasant information to hear. How many words do you need to write? Let's see. I think it should be around 15,000 words. That's pretty big for a pitch draft. Well, it's GRA Media, the biggest publisher around. If we count based on the number of words, it seems like you will be able to achieve your target easily. I wish. Writing isn't only about the number of words, Neil. It requires things outside the mere word count. If we only judge writers by their ability to write a large number of words, then we would have poetry or short stories. That is pretty hard to understand, but we learned beforehand that art is a difficult matter, even for Earthlings. Yep. Earthlings seem to have a fascination for things which are hard to understand, from languages to arts. Right again. But you're not that wrong about writing, you know. Word count is one of the few things you can objectively judge a story by. It's not the most important thing, but it's still up there. So it is still a valid parameter? Definitely. Cool. That didn't sound at all like you, Neil. I guess you really are learning something on Earth. Oh, another guest. Good evening, Miss Myrtle.
I won't even ask. Except for one thing. Who's making the drinks?
I'm still the one responsible for that.
Good. Coffee with a little bit of ginger, please.
Coffee with a little bit of ginger. Coffee with a little bit of ginger. Oh, okay, that has a name. Jahetubrook. That's probably not how you pronounce that.
Not bad. Thanks.
You are welcome. What brings you here today, Miss Myrtle? Psst, Neil, some people come to a coffee shop just to sit without being disturbed. Oh, that definitely seems to fit Miss Myrtle's visits here.
Actually, I'm not here to just sit without being disturbed.
Oh?
Pardon us?
I was just training Neil in how to talk with the customers here.
I can see that. You're still trying to get laid?
Oh, no, we are not. We are tasked with learning how Earthlings communicate with each other.
Yeah, that's a step in the right direction. One suggestion, if you want to blend in with us, stop using such formal language. Start talking the way we talk. Start listening the way we listen, which essentially is not really listening at all.
That would be very difficult to achieve, but we will try, step by step. One small step for you might be one giant leap for your kind. That was nicely said, Miss Freya. By the way, Miss Myrtle, now that we know you are not here for your usual activities, are you here for someone then?
Yeah.
Oh, is it Aqua?
Uh-huh.
What's the occasion?
No special occasion. It's just...
I'm sorry, I'm late. I was supposed to leave early, but... What is this? What is happening here? I already told the barista to call the cops when he started to breed here. Where's Lukael? Miss Aqua, please relax. I'm here. Oh, you're safe? Yes, everything is fine. Okay. Please let me take your breath. Here, please drink this water. Feeling better now? That doesn't look like water, that looks like coffee. I'm sorry. It is alright, Miss Aqua. Everyone has been surprised to see me here. What are you doing here anyway? We are starting to think that we might need to make a recording for the answer to this question. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. No problem, Miss Aqua. It is time for our break anyway. So, here is the deal. That's really interesting. Very nice of you to do this, Lukael. It's nothing really. But do you really... I'm not even paying him, so... But do you think one day is enough to learn everything? Definitely not. but we do not want to disturb this place's business for any longer. As if this place cares about business. Besides, we want to travel around the planet more. This coffee shop is a good start, but we cannot limit ourselves to just this place. Where do you want to go after this? Coachella. What? What are you going to do at Coachella? According to our research, there are many breedings happening during Coachella. That is why we decided that the event will be our next target. Well, you're not wrong. But didn't you say the baby has to be born out of love? Did he say that? Yes, we noticed that. But we also noticed that we need to know a lot more about Earthlings, including the breeding manners. I mean, if you just need like a visual example of what it looks like, you can just go on Pornhub. But I mean, that wouldn't be a very realistic depiction, I guess. That is what we will study at Coachella. After that, we will be very ready to breed with so many female Earthlings. I shouldn't say this, but hell, that sounds like the best plan you've had since you got here. We know. We also surprised ourselves. But please, Miss Freya, let us stop talking about our plan. We work here today. First, let us return to our spot behind the bar. So our discussion with Miss Myrtle was stopped abruptly. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. What are you two doing together? It's nothing. We're just friends, you know?
We just want to hang out and talk about our work. We both work in the same field, remember?
Yes, that's it. I don't have that much experience in game development, you see.
I thought your research was in computer graphics.
Yes, but I've never made a game from scratch before. I was always a bystander, so I've been asking Myrtle for feedback from time to time. Today I wanted to thank her directly, but she arrived first, so I couldn't buy her a drink.
No, never mind that. I'd refuse it anyway.
But... wait, if you want to thank her directly, does it mean you're done with the game?
Another typo there.
I saw that. If your game is gonna be nothing but dialogue, you better make sure there's no freaking typo in your dialogue, I swear to God. Excuse me, Miss Freya. It should be you. Okay, now Neil's breaking the fourth wall. Oh, so you are correcting my grammar now, huh? Okay, that was intentional, you know, you got me. You got me. But how would you notice that in speech? Because like your and your sound the same when you say them. It's just when you write them. Is that like a meta joke? It was a slip of the tongue, okay? I'm sorry. How did you even pick up on that anyway? Yeah, exactly. It's not like what I'm saying is written down anywhere. We just know. Back to you, Aqua. So you're done with your game? There's quite a lot of things I need to polish and fix, but players can enjoy the experience from start to finish. What kind of feedback do you give people for a video game?
That depends on the game. But in Aqua's case, most of my advice was about the pacing, control, and UI UX.
Must be fun to have finished working on your creation. It surely removed some of the weight on my chest, just to replace it with another weight. You mean there's still more to come after you're done? I'm not done with my book. I just lost my job. And if I can't finish this draft on time, I'm done. And even after all that, if it doesn't sell well, I'm even more done. Doubly done. I'm sorry to hear that, Freya. But please be more confident. I'm even starting to doubt myself. I read some of your short stories, you know? After our first meeting, I subscribed to the Evening Whispers ad. And then I read some of the stuff you wrote. Oh, is that like what's on my app? They're really good, you know? By Freya. Oh, she's writing these. These are all stories she wrote. A Stray Boy and a Lonely Cat. Ah, Cyberpunk Love Hotel. Maybe these stories are like based on the people she meets in here? But there's already a lot of reading, so I'm not gonna be reading these stories. If you're interested, look them up, I guess. I'll read them on my own time. They're really good, you know? Some of them are better than others, but it's still an enjoyable experience to read them. So I'm excited to check out your book once it's done. You're too kind, Aqua. What you're going through is more or less the same as what Myrtle's going through. So I'm sure you'll both be fine.
You don't have to talk about it in front of other people.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. It's just that sharing is caring, you know?
Okay, okay. Thank you for helping me share with other people.
I really am sorry.
I know, I said thanks already, right?
But you put so much emphasis on share. That's sarcasm, I know that.
Ugh, Aqua. I'm sorry if it sounded that way. But yeah, I kinda get what you're dealing with. Although, it's a bit different for me.
What's your problem?
Burnout. I've been working on something for 2 years straight, but no one outside the office knows about it. And those who do, don't seem to appreciate it at all.
I thought Full Metal Conflict had a new game every 2 years.
Yes, I don't really work on them. Not directly.
So what do you work on?
Secret project. I'll tell you under friend NDA, okay?
Alright, I'm not with the paper anymore anyway.
I'm part of a special team.
That's not how NDAs work, by the way. You can't just like talk about stuff like this. Like you don't even really know her that well.
We're tasked with making a breakthrough in the studio. We need to be able to make a prototype for a new IP. Or, worst case, another FMC game in a different genre.
Isn't that a dream job for some people?
That's what I thought at first. You're a writer, right? Imagine being a writer, but you can't publish anything you write. For years.
That doesn't sound like a pleasant situation at all. I mean, that's how it is for a lot of game developers. Like, they work on projects, the project gets cancelled, and all of their work just never sees the light of day.
My team has been making pitches, dozens of them, hundreds, thousands.
Probably not thousands, let's be real.
Out of all those countless pitches, only a handful got approved for prototyping, and so far, none of the prototypes have been approved.
Ouch.
There's only 7 of us on the team.
7 people did not make thousands of prototypes. Let's be real.
The 7 samurai, that's what they said.
So you haven't released anything for the last 2 years?
Sometimes our team works to support others. When they're going through a crunch cycle, they need to hit an almost impossible target. We jump in.
No wonder you folks were considered the 7 samurai.
I guess, yeah.
By the way, Myrtle, I just realized...
What?
Usually developers get their vacation time after finishing a project, right?
More or less, yeah.
When was the last time you had a vacation?
Before I joined the company, I guess.
That's like 4 years ago.
Uh-huh.
Dude, no wonder you're so burned out. Yes, that's why. You need a vacation.
But I can't just take one.
You can. In fact, you will do it tomorrow.
But tomorrow is...
I'm not done yet. You will take tomorrow, the day after, and another day after off.
But where should I go?
Don't worry, I'll take care of that.
You will?
I'm going with you for this long weekend vacation.
What about Max West?
That's not this weekend. Forget about it for now.
Hey, okay. But I can't do it tomorrow. How about starting Friday? It's still a long weekend getaway, right?
Alright. Oh, I'm so excited. Wow, Aqua. You look like a different person. Really? I'm sorry. Don't be. Okay, it's settled then. I need to go home now and prepare for our getaway.
I'll come with you.
To my apartment?
No, we'll walk together to the bus stop, just like last time.
Oh. Okay then. Everyone, see you next week. Have fun. Take care out there. May you find joy during your vacation. I almost forgot Neil was here. I thought you guys were leaving together.
Okay, see you folks later.
Vacation, huh? You definitely need one, Freya. I know. But not now. I've got to finish this draft first. As we have said before, you can do it, Miss Freya. Thanks, Neil. Anyway, are you going to close anytime soon? Depends. Why? I'm in the mood for some writing. Then please, take your time. You sure? Do you want another drink to be going on with? Still on the house? I definitely won't say no. Friday, October 2nd. What's in the paper? The Evening Whispers is with the people for stricter gun laws. For sure. New healthier Fury sedative might be available sooner. Action video game Rising Hell blamed for violence in school. I'm not even gonna touch that. So we're on day 11. My voice gets really tired from doing all these voiceovers, so I think maybe I'm gonna stop here. Yeah, I think maybe I'm gonna stop here. I might do like a little extra video and post it like on a Sunday or something to finish this playthrough. I'm enjoying it still. It's nice to have these conversations with these people. It's just a little difficult to keep voicing like everyone, and then some voices are harder on me than others, but I hope you're enjoying it. Like, they've been setting up some stuff. I'm curious to see like if we're gonna see these stories be complete within the game itself, because there's only like 4 days left. So this game is all vibes, you know, you just sit there, you chill, talk to these people, listen to the music, which is copyrighted by the way. So turns out I can't monetize any of these videos, but it's okay. So if you enjoyed this video and the others I've done, please consider leaving me a little like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And until next time, I had fun playing this, I hope you had fun watching it, and I hope to see you in the next episode for some more coffee talk. See you guys.